Boom. Welcome back. UFC
Mm.
223, literally tomorrow. We just had the weigh-ins. Want to take an opportunity, thank my mate up here, Lethal Hands Collectibles. I'm mmatoad. This is Lethaltoad MMA. Lethal, I know you've been itching to get some time on the mic and talk about this. I've been through it a few times this week myself. Give me your, before we break down from the prelims and move our way up like we always do, give me kind of like a reflection of this year. How has it been doing the fights overall this year? I know we've had like a pretty big one, you and I. So just kind of how you feeling about this one? I know it's sad it's the last one for a minute, but how you feeling?
Mate, look, the year's been very profitable. Let's start with that word. Been fucking amazing. And I'm going to say amazing. Why is it amazing? Because, man, I started this channel with you. I've grown to love the sport more than I thought I could even love it. You know what I mean? Because it's just the community we're in, um, and the people that we talk to, the passion's the same. So for my year, mate, money wise, uh, connection wise, learning, growing, and I will say this: I even did a post just for you once, Toad. Remember, it was just for you, saying thank you because
Yep.
you taught me how to also be a better fucking punter. You made me look deeper. You made me look harder. I wasn't just looking at the fighters, which I usually do. And I will say this, since I've been doing Lethaltoad MMA with you, I've probably gone from 60% to now my 80% because the input from you, the input from the community, the knowledge that I'm gaining, it's all a learning experience. This is only year one for me, you know. So I appreciate your fucking collaboration with me. I appreciate you supporting me, and mate, we're gonna kill this last fucking card, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. And likewise, dude. It's been a pleasure and an honor being part of this with you too. We like to dissect both fights emotionally, but financially, and we look at props a lot, methods, and yeah, I can't say I would have hit certain underdogs or that +1,000 Nolan submission this year. You know, if it wasn't for having your perspective and your opinion too. So it's nice to have that kind of extra push on itches or things that you might think could be a thing and having that affirmation. And I know we're kind of echoing a lot of other shows like this one and groups out there that seem to work because of that. We give each other that transparency, we're honest, but we also are very very opinionated on, hey, it's going to be this thing and this is why. And typically if we're not on it the same, one of us typically gets it right. It's not a kind of left wing thing that you and I are both looking at. Like, man, we were so
Right,
off. You know what I mean? So
mate.
most of the time
I'm
we follow
proud
each
of you.
other's same paths on these cards, and every
I'm
now and then
proud
you
of
get
you,
to the one of
Toad.
those. Yeah,
When you win and I don't, I'm still fucking happy for Lethal Toad MMA. I'm still happy for MMA Toad. I'm still happy for Lethal Hand Collectibles. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I hope you feel the same because and that's what a collaboration actually is. It's
yeah,
just not fucking trying to fucking boost each other. It's supporting each other.
for sure.
And we both go through it, man. We both fucking try everything. We both fucking study. And this week, I know for a fact, you've been going hard. You've been putting in. You know, the hours and content that you put in is amazing, and that's the kudos to you, mate. And like I said, it's proud having you as my partner, Lethal Toad MMA.
I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, it's just kind of wanting to push myself out there and do more. And I know you're doing a lot already, so just this time, especially the time you normally step away from work, I appreciate it, and I want to be the best for you too. My thing is, if I get a pick wrong, I hope, and my mate's right, I hope he's making some fucking money too. You know what I mean? And
Money, dude.
make me
Yeah,
feel extra good about that decision because
yeah.
like for instance this week I know I like Bruno, and I know Vittori is a fucking iron maiden in terms of what he's done at the middleweight next to fucking Gastelum. These guys just have incredible durability and chins. But man, Bruno's one of those guys that I know he's a little smaller than Marvin, and we'll get to your prediction on this and then my weigh-in, but I'm just using it as an example where I think Bruno could pull the upset and probably be a submission. His jiu-jitsu, Marvin's wrestling, something happens, right? I don't think a knockout happens, but I like the submission. Dude, I hope I'm wrong and Marvin wins in the sense that I know my boy Schmo is hammering the fuck out of that fight for Marvin. So that's just like one of those things I always like to try to keep tabs on and accountability for, because I want to be able to pull up my phone and start messaging that person and be like, dude, let's fucking go, congrats, bang.
Thank you.
So
It's
yeah.
like when I pulled up to Tom Nolan. You weren't fucking jealous. You fucking text me and we all rang you, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Dude,
We're
we were
happy
fucking
for
both
each other.
geeking out. Like the stream had just
Yeah,
cut
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Our little thing had just
Absolutely.
cut out right around then. And then the moment Lethal comes back on, we're both fucking just screaming, going nuts, because A, it happened, and B, boom. We were fucking cashing hard on that fight at plus 1,000 prop submission.
Beautiful. And that's what we
Easy.
do, bro. Win, lose, or draw, man. Win, and this is important, everyone. Win, lose, or draw. We back each other. We fucking support each other. And you know what? If we're down, we're down. We'll admit that. But when we're up, we'll fucking let you know that too.
Yeah. Yep. So, anyways, man, it's a pleasure being back on the show with you again. I know we're just going to recap after weigh-ins, and this is incentive that we don't normally get, earlier in the week when we do this. So we can talk about that a little bit. I listened to most of the weigh-ins. I had it in an ear pod while I was working. Had to go back and catch a reel for a couple that I missed, but for the most part, everyone showed up. To recap, Santos missed weight by like 2.5 pounds, and Bruno came weighing in like a fucking slug, didn't he? I mean, he didn't look the best, no, but like, could he have gone harder? Yeah, sure. I'm happy that the fights are staying on. Let's just start with that. They don't have to, but the fights are
I
staying
thought
on.
Vittori was going to pull. I
Yeah,
thought Vittori would have pulled, mate. I really thought, oh my God, he's going to pull this fight. Because you know Vittori is a bit of a fucking,
he's a bit of a fuss, yeah. Like he
yeah,
just wants,
problem.
like
Yeah, like,
anything though. At the end of the day, he just wants a fair opportunity, especially kind of where he's been in the division. This isn't to really boost his stock, even if he wins, right? But it absolutely changes the life of Bruno. So it's one
yeah.
of those fights too where, yeah, he's taking the far bigger risk, and your opponent's missing weight. It's a hard ask. Congrats to Marvin for being a G and keeping the fight on for us, but at least we give him a little bit more of that purse, right? So yeah. Anyways, Lethal, I'm gonna let you drive ship on this, and I'll just kind of chime in. This is gonna be more on you this week, just because I've gotten myself out there a few other times. So kicking things
Yep.
off,
So,
Muhammad and
brother,
Santos. What do you got for me, man?
okay, so look, this is, okay. Muhammad at $3.70, Santos fucking $1.70. I watched the weigh in sometimes come in. He was one of the two people that came in overweight. Now, back in the day, it used to be a prediction. If you came in, Charles Sutton said this, it used to be 80% back in the day. If you came in fucking overweight, they would win. But that's a wrong prediction, Charles, because they did the prediction about 3 pay-per-views ago, and it's around 60% to fucking 40. But with that being said, this is a decision fight. I'm sort of not really interested, sort of, it's going to be the fight that sort of warms up my day. I'm taking Muhammad at $3.06. That's my first long shot. I posted that.
Okay.
Everything that I posted to team, I'm not going to change today. And what you will see is what I am. Why did you go that dude? Well, go through their records. They're both decision fucking fighters
His
straight off the bat.
his win over Nathaniel
Uh,
Wood, pretty good,
More
right?
decisions between both of them than finishes. You know what I mean? But I think Naimov is going to he's going to grind him. He's going to wrestle. He's going to take it to a decision at $3.60. I'm good with Naimov. I think Santos, this is a army thing. My last thing. Piss poor preparation makes for a piss poor performance. Plain and simple. I truly believe in that. okay, being ex-military, I'm going to tell you, you came in overweight. That's a piss poor preparation, right? You're not there. Naimov is all good to go. 16-1, 13-3. I'm taking the $3.60 as my first long shot off my card.
All right. And I'm going to wrap up just with what you know mine is too, along with anyone checking this that didn't get a chance to check out the other few pods this week. Marion Santos, I just like winning by money line in this. I took him just a small, not like not happy or sad, right? Just a small little basic bet to get the guy the night rolling for me. I got Santos by money line because I respect his ability to clash and maybe find a knockout. His base is pretty solid kicks, boxing, his kickboxing pretty okay, but he does win a lot of these fights by decision too. So Santos by money line, respecting either or, but I got him. So right away, Lethal, we're both going against each other. So congrats to you or I if we kick off the right way. But yeah, as far as the underdog value in a fairly coin flip fight, I like the underdog pick in Muhammad. And I do this sometimes too, Lethal. If the live props are good enough, I'll have stake on both ends of the fight, guaranteeing that I make money, right? Just in case the upset happens, it's like I'm gonna bet X amount at plus 500 prop, and well, I just guaranteed I made money on a fight. So I love finding those opportunities, and ever a first or second round gets really crazy, and who knows, I might be having stake on both sides, just guaranteeing money off the rip.
Brother, the end result of the whole card, right? Whether we get the whole card or not, is to make money. Okay? Is to make money. So however direction you go, and I agree with you. This is not about who wins or loses. This is not a schoolyard fight. I'm here to make fucking money.
Yeah.
Literally. So are you. We invest money. We're trying to make money. So I agree with you on that, brother. If you have to go two ways, because there's some fights you don't know. The next fight, you can leave, but I'm going to tell you what. I had to go this way, which is a make money. It's not even picking the fighter. It's just to make money.
Yeah, my
make
thing,
money.
I'll go ahead and announce and pull up the graphic for the next one. So yeah, we got Menser Abdul Malik taking on Antonio Tricoli. Simply put, man, like Malik's a fucking menace. He's got that one hitter quitter power. Tricoli gets hurt, folded. He shouldn't be at this level. He shouldn't be in the UFC. Sometimes it is who you know. And so shout out Mackenzie Dern helping this boy get his contract with the UFC, because I don't think he would have earned it on his own. Saw that his knockout prop is the same as the fight to end by knockout. So
thank you.
You'd be a fool to take just Malik by knockout in case we see a sheep jump over the moon in mid-fight and just have some crazy shit happen. But
I can't believe you said the same thing, because I looked at the props and I was like, oh my God, why do I pick either? Fight will end by knockout.
But also,
my end is.
I was going to say the other thing I like, though, is like, I know Mansur's got most of his wins by knockout too, but dude, the submission could be there. Motherfuckers get hurt and then choked, or they give up their backs and it just happens.
On Tripoli's end.
I've seen so many people like guarantee themselves they're getting this knockout bet and then they're upset. And I'm like more of a distance better anyways, but they're like upset, like throwing their fucking phones like, I needed the knockout. It's like, well, dude, he's gotten submissions before. It's not like he doesn't take people's backs either. So fight by finish just doesn't have any value in a fight like this. And look at 97% of people are going Manser on Tapology alone. So from what I'm hearing from you is you're including the knockout bet and parlays. Yeah, are you hammering it? And then you're a money guy.
No.
Are you putting any money on this dickhead for pulling the upset or no?
Mate, no. Fight to end by knockout.
Yep.
Because of the 10 cents difference. Answer to win is $1.35. The fight there is $1.45 here. Fight to end by knockout is $1.35. I'm not counting on the submission here. That's a nice prop though. Never thought about that one. Never even crossed my fucking mind, brother. But Interesting. I might look into that tomorrow when I see the odds change, or because I've got Mansa by submission at $8, which is that means he can submit there. Tom Nolan, when we won that money, it was at $12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you sort of got to look at that perspective as well. You know, and Tom Nolan was a black belt and shit, and he's at $8. So we have a problem here, Houston. You can bet on Mansa. You could go to submission for $8.
Yeah.
Or you can go to knockout for $1.35. Or you can go the fight will just end by knockout at $1.45. So I'm going to keep this one safe. But if I'm picking a fight and a fighter, I'm going Mansa by knockout, round 1 or 2.
For sure. For a second round
Done.
combos, probably safe there. Next fight, I'll let you go and kick it off.
Okay, where are we?
We're taking Evo.
Yep, gotcha.
Evo Aslan.
Oh, dude.
Barnanewski.
I won't. Brezvakana Fakasananan. Yeah.
You got Polish Barney.
So I had enough time to do research because we usually do our pod on Wednesdays, right? We're like 3 days late. Everyone, we're 3 days late. So, but with that being said, I'm taking this fucking dude, man. I'm taking the young Polish fucking dude. He's coming in. I've got him. I've got him by knockout. I've backed him. I've watched the footage. I've chased him. I've researched it. Bo. Well, you know what? Yeah, whatever. That's my whatever fight. So I'm locked in, dude. I'm locked into the fucking debutant.
Just cause with Evo San, like he's definitely a first round knockout artist in his own regard. If you can survive that storm or put it back on him, grapple on him, wear on him, he loses that knockout capability as he starts to just literally fatigue a lot in the second, third round. What I like about Barney is, dude, he's got his submission game too. And if you really wanted to secure a fight with this knockout artist, especially a first round knockout artist at this weight class, wouldn't you consider taking him to the ground? So it's not that I can't see a knockout happening on the feet, but it almost makes me think that the Polish power, the Polish Barney here, would be smart just to take the fight to the ground by submission.
The new generation of Polish power.
Yeah.
There's
a bunch of them. There's a bunch of Polish dudes that are showing up that are pretty decent.
Mate, watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out for these fucking Polish. Watch out for the Eastern European. We've already seen it with Dagestan, but I'm not even talking about the West. Look at the Eastern European bloc.
Yeah.
Like strictly, I'm talking communist. Really, communists bring out the best fucking fighters for maybe because they're bred in war. Whichever the way. Look at the Eastern fucking bloc European countries. I'm talking Italy or Germany. You see any good German fighters or Italian fighters? Oh, and Vittorio, the Dreams, their best they got for Italy. Spaniards, English, Tom Aspinall, Michael. I give the English. Yeah, I have to give the English something.
Yeah, the English.
The English as a country have produced. Australia have produced great fighters, so we're out of the fucking look. We're fucking all good here. But yeah, so you sort of look at the culture. Brazil is at the top of the fucking food chain. America was there. The US of A. Big decline. Massive. So I'm just, I know I'm off track here, man, but...
You're fine. All I was going to say is just that I saw that Polish Barney has a chance to get a submission in the fight, so it's another one where I'm taking this guy.
What's the prop for the submission, Toad? Because I'll check my prop down here.
Finish prop. I took it as a combo, submission or knockout. Pull it back up.
So in Australia, $1.72 for both, but just the submission you were talking about, right, bro?
Yeah, I think it's a possibility in this fight.
Man, do you know what? They've power played the submission here from $6 to $8.48.
I'd put a little bit of a sprinkle on it. I mean, definitely play
Yeah,
your knockout prop as your primary piece or combo as your primary
mate.
piece. That's what I did, but the submission prop is good with him, and it's possible because, like, again, Ebo wears, he doesn't have the, he can get fatigued, and Barney would definitely take it to him in the second, third round on the ground if
I'll
it
put it
had to
this way:
happen that way.
if people believe in life and ripples, talked about a submission which no one was actually talking about. Everyone's talking about a TKO and shit. In Australia, Sportsbet have just gone, wow, we're going to take this guy for a submission from $6 to $8.48. I guess what I'm saying is, in the Toad world, I'm putting some bucks on that submission, man. You called it. That's your call. I'm going to back it. I'm going to put $40 on that submission at $8.48
I would
because all the stuff I'm pointing to it.
I would definitely still like make it whatever your prop is. My recommendation is make it a sprinkle because if I was hammering at all with some good cash, it would be the combo. The knockout's so live, the ground and pounds live. It's just all I'm saying is Evo's definitely submittable.
Mate,
And
it's a $9 to one submission prop. That's what $8.50 to one.
yeah,
You called it. I'm actually looking at the odds, and you know what? Like I said, I respect your fucking your knowledge. So I never looked at this fight with a submission going on. But with that being said,
like
you've sort of
the thing is like if this fight happened
I am going to
four
sprinkle.
lethal, this fight happened 4 times. I think 3 of the 4 times it's a knockout. But that doesn't mean that a
Yes.
submission can't still happen. So
No.
that's where I'm saying I'd make it either a round combo or just sprinkle on it as an individual prop because
Well,
they're
my
not.
actual bet is a round combo, knockout, Barney, round one or two.
Yeah,
I'm going to sprinkle $40 will get me $300. I don't drink coffees. I'll have to convert everything to coffee because everyone drinks coffee. So I don't drink caffeine. So with that being said, I'm going to sprinkle 10 cups of coffee on your prop because that will pull me $300. And I understand. You know why? Because it makes sense. Ibo does have a fucking cardio problem. I don't. He has to finish this fight in round one or two. We
yeah.
know that.
I think if he doesn't finish it in one, that's where Barney's just a
Yeah,
fucking problem for him.
and that's your $9 to one. You know, I
Yeah,
don't drink coffee, so I'm willing to spend my non-drinking coffee money on a toad call, which I think is not a bad fucking long shot. I'm going to call that a good long shot
yeah.
prop toad.
Yeah,
A nice
it's
long shot
definitely that's
prop.
where I'm trying to get at before people think I'm trying to say like that's my lock or hammer. I think it's more of a
No,
good
no,
long
no,
shot.
no, 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 no.
The hammer on that
Absolutely.
is distance. No, again, no prop. But if you parlay under 2.5 rounds, that actually gives you better value, and it's a good parlay piece there. But or fight to end by knockout again, pretty good value here. But if anyone got a submission, it's coming from Barney, and it probably comes in the second, third round. But I'm staying
No,
away from
love it.
round props on that. And let's move
Love
on.
that. Love that prop.
Jalen
Love that
Turner
prop.
coming back from retirement. Netson Barboza potentially going into it here very soon. What do you got for me on this one?
So I'm an old school boy. I like taking the old school boys, and we've took the Salakovs, we've done this, we've done that. We've made some magic over the last fucking year. We pull some old school boys,
Mm-hmm.
Magnies. You know what I mean? We've made some good fucking money off old school boys coming back. Now Barboza, man, he looks like a machine. Old school, new school, that kind of fucking. He's ageless.
Yeah.
But I am now learning about age at 52. And I'm sitting back going, like, you guys must be fucking tired, right? Edson, you're a machine. You could kick 10 people out in the street on a normal day. You could destroy a pub full of bikies. You could literally be a movie star. You're fucking amazing. I love you. The tarantula. I have a massive following of the tarantula. I think Jalen Turner is just fucking a newer, more adapted version of Edson Barboza.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I have to go, and like I said, we're going to keep this short because we know our picks. I'm taking Jolly and Turner, and
Yep.
I'm not going to even say by finish. Okay, I can't take this by finish. I don't know because I have that much respect on Edson. To finish Edson is a problem. Like you finish Edson Barboza in the first round, the first 5 minutes. You're a fucking you're on the next fucking stage in Dana's fucking head, right?
Yep.
So, Edson, brother, I know you're tired. You've been doing this a long time. You might not be 52. You might be fucking 36, 37, but you've been doing it a long time. And I'm a gambling man. I'm not going to back this old duck this time round, brother. I'm out. I'm taking Jolly and Turner. I don't know how I'm going to say, but I'm just going to take him by the odds, brother,
Yep.
just a money line,
Yeah. Money
because I can't
line.
count Edson.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
You can't count Edson. Yeah, you just can't count Edson out, brother. You just can't. Those leg kicks, that Muay Thai he has, fucking amazing. But with that being said, Edson, I'm tired. I know you're tired. You're amazing, but I'm going to call this one for you, brother. I think Jalen Turner either finishes you, and here we go, via submission. There we go, stand up, rear naked choke
Okay.
on the fucking clinch, on the fucking fence. He comes in, old mate, just fucking with his big
Fucking
fucking long
tarantula.
tarantula arm. Yes, just
I could
guys.
see it
Oh,
versus being like a rear naked choke. I could see it being like a standing
a
guillotine
front,
due to his
yeah,
fucking
the
height and
front
everything.
standing guillotine.
Yeah.
Boom, on the clinch, on the fence, just go, oh, I got this. Look at my
He hits
arms.
like a big fucking knee.
Ah,
You know how he does his clinch work? Hits like a big fucking knee
yeah.
and bends Edson forward and then just cinches that shit up and chokes him out.
So Jalen by
Yeah.
finish. Oh, look, I have to go Jalen by win because I can't
Yeah.
count out the toughness of Barbosa.
I'll help you out and how you're feeling about that. You take money line because Turner gave up on himself. He lost fighter morality. He gave up. He gave up on his fight career, and this is his
Yep,
comeback fight. And I don't give a fuck how good you look on paper. Anytime you're trying to make one of these returns, just like former champs have
righty.
lost their belt and try to come back and make that return, when you lose that morality, it's very, very fucking hard. So Edson, older, didn't lose his mortality. He's got a shot in this fight. Like Jalen, this is set up for him to likely win. I get it being a hammer, but hammer in regards of a money line because this fight was really intended to give him some steam, win some fans back, remind the UFC, hey, Turner's back. You know he's here. And they're probably just going to have a different trajectory with him because Turner fighting these top lightweight guys isn't where Turner fits. He just doesn't. But Turner absolutely fits outside of that top 10 where he's fighting guys that are trying to make names for themselves. And if he wants to hang out and be that guy, he could be kind of like the Neil Magny of the lightweight division and be a good fraud checker and have Turner fuck a ton of people up. So his KOs are there, his submissions are there sometimes, but money lines where it's safe based on where Turner has been in his like self journey and this shit too. So I'm with you. Let's move on to the next one. Marvin Vittori taking on Bruno Ferreira. Go ahead, Lethal. I'll let you rip it.
Okay, Vittori, contender, right up there. Very boring fighter, as for in my eyes. Okay, this is like whatever. My coffee fighter usually wins by decision 90% of the time. Has 9 submissions under his belt, which that's probably where I'm sort of going to go more around way here. Versus the Hulk, Bruno. I'm actually a Bruno fan. I collect Bruno cards. I collected him from his first fight. I went out and bought my first card. It's an 8 knockout auto. It cost $50 because no one knew who the fuck that guy was. So I went, well, I'm getting it. And it's sitting up on my wall. But I'm going to sit back and say Marvin has never been sort of finished.
Yeah.
Can't remember when is it? Yeah, so I have a problem here. I have a bad cardio from Bruno, right? I don't know whether you can last 3 rounds with Marvin because Marvin's got that fucking 5-round experience in that. I've got the chin of Marvin, right? I've got this whole fucking I am the Italian dream, and you're not a Lamborghini cunt. You're not that fucking good looking, so fuck out of here, kid. You know what I mean? Like, you're just a fucking Italian, right? You're
He
not a
kind of
dream.
reminds me of fucking Sloth from the Goonies. Is what Marvin reminds me of. So before he starts acting like he's some fucking, like you said, like some Lamborghini stallion dream.
Model, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's model men. Carlos Alberg can be a model. Rockhold was a fucking model. I mean, you can call yourself a dream. Rockhold could promote it because he was. He was at the top of the food chain. And we're just talking about, can't call yourself a dream, dude. Firstly, you're not that good looking. Secondly, in order to be a dream, you've got to be that good. One thing, you know.
Yeah.
Have you noticed when in music bands, you know, like the Rolling Stones, the most ugliest cunts in the world, right? But they get all the chicks. Do you know why? Because they got a skill. They can play guitar and they can sing and they can rock, right? Marvin, you're not the Rolling Stones. You got no guitar, you got no rock, you got jack fucking shit off you. This little young cunt, hopefully, I'm going by decision or submission, okay?
Yep.
Hopefully, he doesn't gas out because I know Marvin does have one thing over Bruno. I will say this. I think his gas tank's going to last a lot longer than Bruno.
Yeah.
Bruno needs to fuck him up within the first 1 or 2 rounds. If Marvin's still standing up and moving, Bruno, I think you have a problem. With that being said, I'm taking Bruno over Marvin by decision or submission. I have to go 2 ways on this one, brother.
Yeah. And you heard obviously early in the week I kind of simulated this, and I know that Marvin's the obvious pick. He's bigger. He's got the wrestling base. That's would tie up Bruno from being able to throw those killer shots and win because he's not a good point scorer. He's not a good decision winner. He's either fucking you up with a barrage, or he loses the fight, or in his own regard gets a late finish done to him, like a late submission. I gave Vittori flowers for, if this fight goes to the judges, it's likely Vittori, and Vittori's live for his own late fight submission over Bruno, from Bruno being tired. But the way this was the one I thought that would really fuck up a lot of people's parlays and bets.
All right. This is
because
the parlay fucker, brother.
because
You are right.
I thought Bruno could just have that one night, last card. There's a bunch of little dudes. There isn't going to be a lot of finishes, and I'm thinking about the like maximum star power moment for Bruno, because the fact that Vittori is so tough, that would make us go, wow, this Bruno guy's got good power. Unless you can really slow him down, shut him down, this like credits that power capability quite a bit. Now, what's sad about this is that we know he missed weight. We know that he missed weight by a bit. And you're fighting at middleweight, dude. So the sad thing is, when you miss weight at middleweight and you can't do your job, dude, you got to go up eventually if you continue to do this. And Bruno would get devoured at 205.
He's fucking huge, man. Look at him.
Bruno would get fucking devoured at 205. So let me just say
Imagine
this.
Yuri.
You better
Yuri would destroy him.
he would punt him like a little fucking football. Let me just tell you this, Bruno. I fuck with you. I got some sick rookie autos of yours. I think you're a fun, little explosive, little fucking meatball. But make the fucking weight. And yeah, early in the week I said I respect how tough Marvin is, and believing more so that a submission would happen if he ever did get finished. So Bruno by submission was like another long shot for me. I actually like his decision prop. It's like plus 450.
Yes.
Marvin doesn't put out a lot of damage, and he doesn't do knockdowns and submission attempts. And so, like you said, all Bruno needs is 2 rounds of chaos, damage, blood, and he wins the fight
You
via
got a decision.
decision. And the points are fucking nice. So, however you want to do it, do it. But fading Bruno, no matter how you do it, or sorry, Vittori, however you do it, is still a long shot given the accolades and all the things we just said. So if you want to roll the dice like Lethal and I, do so, but just know that this is a huge fucking underdog fight if it happens, and that Marvin should win this fight. But we'll see. All right, moving on to the main the main prelim. That was, it's sad too. Marvin Vittori on the early prelims. I don't give a fuck that he's ending it.
Oh,
Early
wow.
prelim Vittori.
Yeah.
Damn, are things
What a
tough?
demotion.
What?
What a demotion, brother.
Damn, things are
Hey,
tough. Let's move on to
that's
the
like
next
getting
one,
10.
though. I got Ziam and fighting Nazim. Who do you got? Do you got the fucking
Okay, straight
Frenchman,
off the
or do you
bat,
have the
man.
fucking
First,
Black Wolf?
look, at the beginning, I'm a Zavine fan. I loved his last fight up against Josh Emmett. It was fucking amazing. Very impressive. He reminds me of Yusuf Zalal for some fucking
You
reason.
mean
You know,
you're talking about Black Wolf? You mean his last fight with Nicholas Mata?
no, Faris is,
Got you. You're talking about Zim. Okay, his fight with
yeah,
Mike Davis.
Mike Davis, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Davis. That was just amazing. So I'm going to cut this one short. Prior to all the weigh-ins and all that, when I saw the fucking card, I went, oh, Fazim. But then I sort of looked back and looked a bit deeper. And I went, you know what? I'm shipping sides. Okay, so I've picked Nazim. I think this is going to be a problem here. The records speak for themselves 11-1, 17-4. The odds are pretty good for fucking Nazim. I like the odds on my end. They're not too
He's
bad.
been a popular underdog all week, and it's because he's a contender for Fight of the Year with Mata, and it's because this dude's fucking relentless. Like, he's gonna give it
Yeah,
and send it. So get ready. Like, if you fight this guy, it's a fucking fight.
fight. It reminds me of that fight. Those two dudes. One walked out the broken leg. Fuck. It was only a few fucking shows ago where like, oh my god, Rebecca versus Klein.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we were like, oh god, that's just going to be. It wasn't a war. You know what I mean? That was fucking amazing. So I am taking the Zim on this one. I'm not going the favorite. This is another long shot on my end.
Yep.
I've taken this just as a money line too, brother.
Yeah.
Money line's pretty good on my one, so I don't know how this one's going to go. But if I'm picking a fighter, I think you have a few problems here, Houston, for ease. I think you do. I think the stand-up game's not going to hold up. I think the pressure of the Zim is going to be absolutely amazing. So I'm taking this one here. My 14 card parlay, 12 card, I picked every fight. I think it's 12 or 13 fights. Ended up being 15 grand by putting in five.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So
There's some
exactly
good
the same
underdogs in
parlay
here. Yeah.
yeah, so this is the same parlay I posted prior to the pod because I posted a post letting everyone know about to do this. So
Yep.
okay,
I'll
we're
wrap up
running
this
a bit.
fight real quick, and we can keep moving on. I got Black Wolf too. Obviously, he's I don't know. I just had high stock for him going into that last fight. Cashed out really nicely with Black Wolf. He just, when he lets off, man, this guy hits the fucking gas pedal. It's a volume. But I did make the joke to myself that I get faded all the time, or I lose a lot against picking against Faris, because I think a lot of these guys are going to impose something that takes away his dominant time on the feet, his striking, his clinch, his knees. He's rangy, he's snappy, all those things. I always have this idea that Faris gets folded and gets caught out, and he continues to make me pick wrong against him. So that was the only hesitation I had. It's like, fuck. I almost told myself for sure next time he fights after Mike Davis, I'm just going to say I pick him, because I think Mike Davis, when he's not scooting his ass around like a poodle with fucking worms in his ass, when he's actually on his feet throwing his strikes that sets up his
Right.
grappling, then Mike Davis is actually a fucking problem. So, but again, Faris is a solid fighter. Nazim, I think he brings the chaos. I think he makes this not technical, but a fucking storm, and that's where Black Wolf thrives. He gets this. So I
Can
got
we agree there?
I think he gets a finish in the first two
Yeah.
rounds. All right, moving up the card, got Killer B, Karine Silva taking on Macy Barber. She's back. She made weight. She didn't black out. She didn't have any seizures. How you feeling about this one, Lethal?
Dude, me and you know, bro, me and you are Macy Barber fans. We've gone through this before, so everyone watch our last fucking pods and shit. So
We're
I
big
know where
fans.
Toad's probably going to
We're
go.
big
I
fans
know
of
where
Macy
Toad.
Barber.
I'm going to call this for Toad. I'm going to call my prediction and Toad prediction. Toad is emotional. He's going to be an emotional bet for him. This is going to be an emotional bet for you, Toad.
I got no money on Barber.
Mate, right there.
I got
Okay,
no money
I
on
know.
Barber, so nope.
No. I'm going to take one of the Silver Sisters, brother. Okay, I don't know whether she's recovered. She looked awesome on the scales, by the way. Wow. Like it looked amazing,
She looked
But,
good. She looked good, but here's the
yeah,
thing, Lethal.
yeah. A
My
little bit
breakdown
drawn in
my
the face,
breakdown with
but
Macy was this. I'll just start off with this.
then,
I don't give a fuck who she was and where she's been. The issue is that she's had some pretty bad health issues, and I don't have any stock in you at all until you're able to get in the octagon, first making weight, getting in the octagon, withstanding submission attempts, withstanding damage, and not have any of these injuries resurface or health issues. Like, could you imagine Macy getting choked out, but the bell saves her, 15 seconds, and she's surviving. Part of me thinks that her not having that oxygen to her brain could re-trigger some of this shit, and she's done, like kaput. She has a
so
fucking seizure live, bro. She's done. She's never fighting again if that humility happened to her.
who you're taking Macy, right?
Fuck no.
Oh, you're taking Karine.
Yes, Macy's got to prove, bro.
Oh,
Bro, that's what
okay.
I'm
I thought
saying.
you were on the Macy.
I
I
thought
thought
you
you were going
watched.
to go the
I thought you
Macy
watched
Barber
the
train,
show, bro. I thought you watched the show. I didn't say shit good about Macy.
Yeah, no, because
Macy's having a
I'm
lot of
on the,
health issues. She's got
yeah.
no money from me. She's got to come back, win a fight, and look the way that she's looked. Then I can be like, okay, sweet. This is a good test for Macy because Silva will inflict some damage. Might even have
I'm
her in a
taking the number
submission threat.
5.
Yeah.
I'm taking the number 5. I've actually put a parlay on this. I've put a 3-way parlay on 3 submissions on this fight. Right? 3 possible submissions.
Yeah.
This is parlay number 1, fight number 1. So I've got this fight ending my submission. I agree. Piss poor preparation, man. And whether you prepare for your last fight or not, the new chick on the block is not sick. She's not healthy. She's not dying. She's not off for fucking a year. She's not pulling out of fights. She's fucking training. And kudos to you, Macy. But, dude, money-wise, I have to go. Macy's the favorite on this fight. This is another long shot. This is another dog.
Yeah.
So when I saw this,
I think that's halo effects though, a little bit, that are giving her those odds, truthfully, just based on like what's happened her last attempt to fight. I don't know why people have so much confidence in it.
well, she pulled out of the Blanchfield fight, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Right before,
And
minutes before, she
I
was supposed
didn't-
to walk out actually, and just that's what happened basically.
and this is not being rude. I'm not going to go to a witch hunt here. I'm just saying, dude, I can't trust my money on you.
Yeah.
Put it that way. I can't put my money on you, even at the favorite. So this is a good odd for Karina. Silva, this is a
Yeah.
nice, good long shot,
Yeah, this is a
you
good
know.
way for
And
her to get another early finish too. If she comes out dominant, like
dude,
again, it's a lot of rust that Macy has to kick off on top of. Again, it was due to some health reasons. So we'll see how it goes. But so you're going Silva too?
done.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know
Locked
why
in.
you thought I had Barber. I didn't say one good thing about
No,
her all
because
week.
because me and you fucking, when Macy and Blanche we were fighting, me and you were like fucking, we love Barber, you know, and I was nearly going to go emotional here because we love Barber. But I'm like going, dude, the sickness, the health issues, everything needs, when I invest my money into anything, whether it's my business or life or fucking stocks, I got to make sure it's safe.
Yeah.
And I got to look at the past. And if some dude's getting old and some dude's getting sick and you're breaking, which is not against them, the body's just breaking. It's just plain and simple. It's called life. I can't invest in that. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, I had to go with the chick that's not broken. How's that
Mhm.
sound? Plain and simple.
Sounds good. We got the next fight pulled up. We got Terrence McKinney taking on Chris Duncan. Terrence McKinney, big fan of his, and yeah, he is cool to talk to. I've probably talked to McKinney a little over a year. Was really involved in catching up with him right when he was making his big comeback. Obviously, he suffered big loss, that fucking knee that put him out, just absolutely fucking sent him to the shadow realm. I was really broken over that one, man, because this guy shows up first round menace. Like it doesn't matter how, if it's a submission, if it's a knockout. Terrence McKinney is kill or be killed first round. And Duncan is known for being tough, but he also is known for being a motherfucker in his own regard. Submission knockout game there. Um, that's where I kind of told myself like you don't really get to see fights where Terrence McKinney doesn't not hurt somebody. So if the story is you got a guy who's kind of tough, well, dude, if he's getting hurt by some of these other guys, then I would reckon McKinney actually just starches the shit out of him. So I got Terrence McKinney by a finish, be extra safe, but I think Duncan gets surprised by the power of McKinney, but it's fight by finish to be the safest overall because guess what? Duncan, if he's winning, it's also due to a finish and it's also early. It's just how this fight happens. So under 1.5 round, I like that prop. It's not bad. I'm playing that too.
Nice. I'm on the Duncan train. I'm in. He's made me money on the last two fights. I'm going to keep on following that role. I'm not. I'm at the blackjack table. I'm on a roll. Money's coming in. I'm not leaving. Table's hot.
Yeah.
I believe Duncan's hot.
I've been
So
winning money with Duncan fights because of the finish, right? Just bet the finish. Yeah.
I'm taking them by finish. Now I don't know how it's going to be because the cunt's a fucking Scottish fucking. Well, I love the submission game. I've actually got him as parlay in a submission too.
How
You
about
know
the
what
how
I
about
mean?
the fight to end by submission? So you're respecting McKinney a little bit too. That's what
Look,
I have bet a couple times right now.
so you got McKinney by what?
Mm-mm. I
Or
got
Duncan?
so I got
Duncan?
listen. I got fight over or I got fight under 1.5. So let's start with that. I got fight under 1.5 rounds. Then I have fight to end by submission. So if Duncan or McKinney win by submission, I got that too.
Yeah, their submission props are exactly the same. $4.30, $4.40. They're
Yeah.
both going there. I'm just going to follow the hype train. I mean, I think Duncan at 14-2 in his whole career, he's been underlooked. He's sort of, people are looking at him now. I can see you, Duncan. I'm seeing you, Duncan. So I'm going to follow the Duncan train. I think 14-2 record. I think the run he's been on, I think he realised what he needs to do. I'm going all Scotland, and here's out to you, MMA Jesus. I'm going Duncan, Scottish, by finish.
Yeah. I like Duncan. We've been making money. on him when I'm confident he's the one, but this is such a car crash for me that under 1.5 is my hammer, and then yeah, I put a little sprinkle on that fight to end by submission because I respect both guys getting it done there just as much as the striking. So, all right, moving up the fucking card.
You lead trade. I'm just going to go and resupply a beer.
Yeah, sounds good.
This is
You got Grant Dawson
Torres.
taking on Manuel
Wow.
Torres. So I'll start off with this. Lethal and I, we crossed paths after 2024 UFC Noche, and he had a nice little givey going on where if you could get the entire card, you win his Noche collection of cards, which were fucking beautiful. And I got all but that fight right. Um, I like Torres a lot. He's a killer, but he can be killed too. He's a first round fighter, and it's kind of the theme on this card: striker, grappler. As you work up the card, what I like about this one, right, is these guys definitely are more likely to be knocked out or send the knockout, right? So I know when you think of a Dawson fight, you're thinking of control time, being safe, grinding it out. Maybe you can even believe yourself into the submission, right? It's live, it's possible, sure. With his pressure, anything can happen on the ground. But hear me when I say this. If Bobby Green can send Dawson out like that, then I reckon Manuel Torres has a possibility of fucking giving Grant Dawson a seizure, pulling a Macy Barber with the right kind of shot, because Torres absolutely could send fucking Grant Dawson to the Shadow Realm. But, Dawson, if he comes out like a fucking vice, survives the storm, and is able to impose his grappling, dude, he could actually wear the fuck out of Torres and threaten the late finish, whether that be grounded pound or submission choke. Like, it's just one of those fights, guys, that I gotta respect the finish here, from Dawson's inability to take a big shot to maybe wearing out Torres and having his own success on the ground. So give me the fight by finish here, but I really like it being due to Torres putting fucking Grant Dawson out. What do you got for me, Lethal?
So, my brother, thank you for covering me. Yes, so again, I posted these fights prior to this pod. You have seen it, Toad. I cannot change from that.
I haven't
So
actually
I'm
seen it. I haven't actually seen it.
okay. Yes, I just prior to this pod, I actually posted my picks because I've had a long time. I thought I'm going to lock in the pod. I'm going to make sure I'm locked in. There's no changes. So on my thing, I went Torres. I love Dawson, brother. This was a problem for me. This is another parlay fucker. This is a parlay fucker too. This could fuck up a few people. They're doing prelims on parlays. I love Dawson, 23-2 record. I could see a Dawson submission here, right? I know Dawson's not old too, but you look at a Dawson 11-1 in the UFC. You look at Torres 4-1 in the UFC. Again, it's sort of an old guard. Not that he's old. Dawson's not old. You know what I mean? But sort of an old guard thing going on here. And I think on the feet, do you know who Grant Dawson reminds me of? Jimmy Crute.
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah.
For some reason. Their hair, just the style of fighting. Right? So that's why I can see that submission coming in. You know what I mean? I can see that ground game, that wrestling, that submission coming in.
Let me ask you one question real quick. Let me ask you one question. The submission, do you see it coming early or late? I think it's late.
Second or third round if I was going to pick, if I had to pick. But if you want me to pick a round, I'm going second. That gives him 10 minutes. 10 minutes is a long time. You know that shit, brother, on the mats.
The thing is
10 minutes
yeah, the thing is, to me, it's probably through tiring and surviving the storm of Torres, right? So to me, Torres is a first round fighter. Maybe that is already happening from just whatever sequence they had in that first round and come 7-8 minutes, Torres is gassing. Maybe that's a possibility, but that's where I'm too scared to believe that it couldn't be a third round also.
Yeah. No, interesting, big, but definitely going the long shot. This is the other long shot. I've picked Torres for this fight at money line. But yeah, because it was a hard one, honestly. Grant Dawson, you fuck 23-2. Come on. That's a hell of a record. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, 11-1 in the UFC. You can't piss on that. That's nothing worth pissing on. That's something you got to look at tight. So for me to go against Grant Dawson, I'm sitting back having a problem. It was a problem fight for me. I didn't involve this fight in many parlays. I involved it in my legend parlay, fucked around with a little bit, of submissions with Grant Dawson, with other submissions. But as far as the run, I don't know, but I went the long one on this one, brother. Torres, fight by finish is beautiful by you, by the way. Either way, it's going to end.
Yeah, all fucking day. Well, again, I think Grant Dawson's going to get absolutely clipped in the first round, and Torres knocks the shit out. But
Thank you.
But if
Thank you,
Dawson could just survive the storm, then maybe he has a shot there. All right, moving up the card.
The odds are crazy.
Moving up the fucking card. I just also noticed that Silva, her TKO knockout prop plus 1,800, while her submission prop's only plus 460. Macy Barber, her knockout prop plus 500. I kind of like that fight by finish. That's only plus 158. I like women's finish props at plus 300 if I do it, because it's women's MMA at the end of the day. But anyways, I'm going to get this next one pulled up here. We got Bogdan Guskov taking on Jan Blachowicz, the Polish power. Dude, I will start with this. I know this is another like the Marvin Vettori versus Bruno, because I like the lesser experience loaded gun first second round by finish, or else you got to respect the fact that the championship rounds, the 5-round experience, and having done it with the best guys in the division, doing quite well there, draw and fucking split decisions and whatever. Like, Jan's been a gamer for a long time in the division. I get where the respect comes there, but man, again, near even odds, but somehow still plus money. We get the more dangerous, younger loaded gun with phenomenal fucking grappling. Walter Walker wouldn't be Walter Walker if it wasn't for Guskov, FYI. Like, you want to talk about elite finisher prowess and getting not just submission wins, but dude, they're trying to do things to your ligaments. They're trying to alter your life. Like, they just have bad intentions, and I fucking love that about Bogdan Guskov and what he's doing over there. So he reminds me of fucking Baraka from Mortal Kombat. I absolutely love his little bald-headed little fucking ass, and I expect him to get a finish here. I expect it to be a sad fight for Jan, because that puts him to a draw followed by 3 losses, and that's a 4-fight stint that just is sad for someone who really was holding it down before it really fucking popped off, in my opinion. That stardom, that power, that much went to Poatan and Yuri and Jamal Hill. And Jan, in my opinion, had a bad injury that kind of stopped him for a while from being bigger than what he really is. But for those who didn't just start watching MMA a few years ago, we recognize who Jan is. We know who he is. We know who he stopped on his absolute fucking rising prime in Israel Adesanya. You got to give it to this lad. He's the obvious favorite, and he's the obvious pick for a lot of people. But I'm expecting, with all these little dudes, all Snow White's little fucking dwarven children fighting at the dinner table, I'm expecting the big boys to give us a highlight clip, a spectacular moment, and a finish. And when I look at this fight on paper and I think of who can finish who, Baraka wins by fatality. All right, Lethal, what do you got for me, dog?
My brother, Bogdan all day. Polish power, Polish power, Polish power. Let's talk about that real quickly. Power stays with you the longest because you're a big man. You lose speed, you lose agility, you lose cardio as you get older. You can talk about your power. First, you've got to touch the cunt. Okay? Power does not mean greatness. Strength does not mean fucking you're the best. All right? There's a lot of knockout artists out there. Derek Lewis, Tai Tuivasa, that never got the belt. He got the belt. And there's only one way. Like, I've got Bogdan all day. He's going to finish this fight in rounds 1 or 2. I'm probably going round 1. Right? But I will say this. Polish power. I'm sorry, dude. You're the next old dude. Usually I'm that guy, right, Toad? I follow the old guys, right? Because I'm fucking emotional. This is the last pay-per-view. I'm not being emotional. Sorry, Polish power. I'm sorry. Power does not mean speed. Power does not mean cardio. Power does not mean, hey, man, I'm tired. Like I said in the last one, I know you're tired, dude. I'm 52. You're tired. Trust me, you're tired. You can tell yourself you're not fucking tired, but you're tired. And the guy you're about to fight, trust me, he's not fucking tired. He hasn't even got there yet.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So, all respects to Jan. The greatest achievement I believe Jan ever had, and I think you just mentioned that, was beating Izzy on his prime. They wanted Izzy to be, the UFC wanted Izzy to have 2 belts because he was money. He was big money,
we were
Izzy
all rooting
was,
for
man.
him to do it too. We were all rooting for him to do it too.
But guess what? Jan stopped that. One of the greatest achievements he's achieved, right, was to stop the guy that destroyed everyone. I believe that's his resume pin piece. Bar that.
It was at that
You're
moment
done.
that I knew that Jan could play chess, not just checkers.
Yeah. That was a moment, man. That was a beautiful strategic moment that kept his legacy alive. Izzy didn't lose anything out of that moment. He went back and won more fucking titles.
Yeah. And
Back
a
at
lot
his
of us were like,
middleweight.
yeah, you tried going up 20 pounds, and we all kind of knew that, well, no one ever really wrestles you either. So, hey, to no surprise, the kickboxer can't wrestle.
So the only way I'm going to say this, Jan has one way out of this. Only one. To use his grappling game.
Now,
Jan has got
let's talk about that, Lethal, because when I'm thinking of these two grappling, I don't think it's safe for Jan on the ground with Bogdan. Would you agree?
Agreed.
Okay.
But that's the only way.
So,
that's the only way because I don't think he can stand up to him either.
What you're really implying then is Jan has to use his clinch, and he has to work up against the side of the octagon and have the control, the knees, the little
Control
peppering
time by
strikes, the
point,
control time,
by decision.
but standing control time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bogdan gets Jan on the ground. It's not good for Jan. I'm telling you all right fucking now. It's Bogdan wins the deep water fight.
But basically what I'm saying is, I guess in a nutshell, brother, stand up. I believe Jan, no. Submission, I believe Jan, no. I believe the only way you can do this without getting hurt, and you might pull it off, Jan, is via a submission game. But I have not got any parlays on Jan. This is my parlay breaker, brother.
Yeah.
And I know the community, I've watched everything, I've got Jan. There's only one thing he said at the press conference which made me very interested. I have 10 years more experience than him. 10. How can he beat that? So it was interesting to hear that. Polish power doesn't do it for me anymore. It's a stupid saying like Rose, you know, I'm the fucking man or whatever the fuck he says, but I'm done with the Polish power. Let's just see you win a fight. And if you beat this dude, God, I mince my words. But Bogdan all day, brother.
Yeah.
As a long shot too, by the way. What a great long shot.
Yeah, I mean the odds are near even. A lot of these fights, they're not minus Manser's fight. You know, a lot of these guys are
The finished props are good though.
plus
The finished
100,
props are
negative
amazing.
100. Like you can weave these. I was just thinking off like slapping together kind of like a primarily underdog, just straight money line little leg. And I'm looking at crazy fucking props now. Now this would be like the whole village, but let me show you through this 13 leg real quick, Lethal. All right, kicking off with Santos, who is a favorite. Manser.
Yep.
I hate picking that negative 12, but it's more like I want the slip. So yeah, give me Malik. Then I go with Barney. Then I go with Turner. Then I go with Bruno. Then I go with Nazim. I go with Silva, McKinney, Torres, Bogdan. Right? And these are all my picks. Next, I would have Talbot, Moreno, Pantoja, and Merab. Those are my village. This is my village. The
Your
odds,
village.
Lethal, $1 would pay you 2,000.
That's beautiful.
So
Because I put $10
on.
on.
Yeah, I was gonna say $10 is $20,000 for me.
Yeah, so I put $10 on my village, the one that I've locked in with you right now and posted at 15,000. So about the same because the odds are slightly different. You know what I mean? And that's just not
Lethal. I could boost mine for 30%. I had $10 could get me 26,000.
brother. I sent and by the way, out to our mate fucking Harry Schmo. Fucking, I sent it to him. I put it on your channel too, Toad. I sent my pics before the pod. Schmo's fucking emoji was like, really? And I was like, dude, method to my madness. You got to watch the pod. And guess what? Apart from the first fight, we've sort of been pretty much, apart from Santos,
Yeah.
we're sort of fucking along the same lines here, brother, me and you.
So did you watch my breakdown earlier in the week where you saw my picks though? Like, did I give you any biasism with any of my
actually,
picks?
no. I didn't. No, I didn't. Do you know why I didn't? Because I didn't want to see it. I watched you and the boys,
Yeah.
right? But I didn't want to see your Lethaltoad breakdown on your own. I watched the beginning when you were coughing up, and you're like, "Oh fuck, Lethal," and then I got through it, and then I went, and this is dead honest, brother. I went, I don't want to hear it because I've got to hear him on Saturday. I want to have my picks without his influence. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But then you heard
You
it
want
last night though too, right?
Yeah, last night I heard, again, it was a long one. I got through a bit, but then I already sort of had it sorted prior because I was already doing my own research, sort of doing my own shit.
Good. I just didn't want to have like any kind of like biasism if you knew that.
No. Like, again, everyone picked Santos. I went Muhammad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm against that one. I went Iwaves. A lot of people went fucking Ibo. I went fucking, Edson Jalen. I went fucking Jalen. Edson too old. Martin Bruno.
You got Ibo?
Yeah, I got Iwo.
Iwo, okay. Yeah, I think most of us have Iwo. I don't know many people have Ibo.
So I got Iwo. I got Jalen Turner.
Yeah.
I have Bruno Ferreira. I'm locking these in right now, so catch everyone up. I have Nazim. I have Karina Silva beating Macy Barber. And I picked that before because I love the submission game and because of the health. And that had nothing to do with jack shit. That was just, I don't trust you, Macy, right now. Okay? Terrence McKinney, Chris Duncan. I already told you that. Chris Duncan's made me money. I'm following the fucking Chris Duncan train. I don't care who he was fighting at all. I'm on the Chris Duncan train.
Yeah.
Grant Dawson, Manuel. We just got there. I went Manuel, another long shot because I think the stand-ups are going to fucking stand out.
Yeah.
And Jan and Bogdan. We are here now. I am fucking Bogdan. Sorry, Jan. Polish power doesn't work. So that's the summary. You summarized yours. We're on the same. I think we missed together Nazim.
No, I have Nazim.
No, I mean, Muhammad.
Yeah.
Did you get Santos or
Yeah,
Muhammad
I have
Namor?
I have Santos. Yeah.
Yeah, so we missed the first fight.
Yeah, if he
I
would
think
have
we
if
got.
he would have tried to cut the weight and then didn't, and he was like more like broken from the weight cut, I would have been like, yeah, actually, kind of like Mohammed now. But it's because they're like, do you want to continue cutting weight? And he's like, nah, I'm all set. And the fact that you know what
You
I
know
mean?
who looked fucked from the weight cut? Bruno looked fucked from the weight cut. That was a problem.
Yeah,
Yes, he's big in that, but he looked tired. He was staggering to the fucking scales. Nearly changed my mind, brother.
yeah,
I know Vittori, he didn't stagger to the scales. The
yep,
Italian dream fucking turned up, as he always fucking does.
yeah.
That's the magic.
That's
So
probably
again,
my
this is
biggest long shot. By the way, that's probably my biggest
yeah.
long shot on the whole card is Bruno.
But I think bar the first one, we have literally picked the same people. I got Karina by submission.
Yep,
I think she's going to finish Macy. Manuel Torres by knockout. Bogdan by TKO submission.
yep.
Nazim by finish. I have by decision or finish.
Let's get through this main card, Lethal, and then we can wrap it up. Get the shit posted, my
Yeah,
man. We got
dumber man. Sorry.
no, you're good. We'll do like kind of a final send off at the end if you want on
Mm.
everything. We got Henry Cejudo taking on Peyton Talbot. Henry's retirement fight, interesting opponent for such. Because it's not like Peyton doesn't have hands. Henry boxes and transitions his boxing into his wrestling, and that's where he obviously knows the path of victory is there. Literally, he was just fucking shown that this fight, due to fucking Barcelos, could easily be won in a grappling exchange. So I expect Henry to go out using his first love, his first martial art, his wrestling base, and wrestles fucking Talbot. And that's Henry's beautiful, happily ever after. My pick is that Peyton Talbot wins. He ends up hurting Henry. Henry, he's a great wrestler, but it doesn't mean at this state when he's already quitting that he's going to want to be in there and take that kind of fight and take that kind of damage and get pieced the fuck up, because Talbot absolutely has that power to. But I'm not going to pretend that Henry doesn't pick up Talbot and throw him to the ground a few times. It's just I see Talbot getting up over time. Henry not holding him there, but just Talbot's tough, gets taken down, gets up. His wrestling shows that he can at least get to his feet. Fight gets reset, and that's when his hands does the work from there. What do you got for me on this one, Lethal?
Brother, hard one, man. I hate retirement fights.
Yeah.
Anthony Smith, crybaby with his fucking coach died. I understand, but fuck. You know what I mean? That's why I hate retirement fights. Too much emotion involved. Too much emotion. It's my end. It's all about this. They're not thinking about the fight. They're thinking about the end. And that's a problem for me. Does that make sense? Like, if you're thinking about the end and not the beginning, that means you already lost.
Yeah.
Dana fucking basically Dana said, all out. There's no coming back. Win, lose, or draw, you're done. Finished. They don't want him anymore.
Yeah.
He knows that. So I don't know how you're going to come into a fight with that mindset against Zen fucking King. Hole in chest, says it breathes through one side to the other. What a cool cat. What a cool cat. So with that being said, emotionally, the odds on Henry are amazing. I actually don't see a finish in this fight, to be quite honest, by the way.
Yeah.
I think Henry has the experience to drag this out. The only problem worrying me, lucky we do the show after weigh-ins, is I saw the weigh-in too. Did you see the weigh-in? Wow.
Yeah.
He didn't look so cool.
Yeah.
He didn't look fucking like the cringe used to be. Remember the cringe had a problem. He was barely trying to be there. He was trying to be there. He couldn't. So that's a problem. You saw Payton? He was fucking bright-eyed and all bushy-tailed, ready to go.
Yeah.
This is another young dog faces the old dog. And again, I am an old dog who likes to fucking support the old dogs. But after the weigh-in, after seeing this, after knowing that you've retired twice, cunt, like, I don't even know how much your heart's in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might as well just fucking give the guy paid in the shit. I don't know why you're turning up. I believe it's he's not coming into that fight like he thought. Okay, he has best thing that fucking Henry Cejudo did ever wasn't the Olympic Games and wasn't 2 title belts. It was beating DJ. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
That was, if you're going to put and pin that, if he had an Instagram and he had to pin his greatest achievements, not the Olympic Games, not your fucking 2 belts, not being the cringe, beating DJ.
Yeah. All
That
fucking day.
changed everything, changed his life. It also changed DJ's life in a bad way because he got bored of him.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't fucking lose, you know what I mean? Which is sad. With that being said, sorry, Henry, you want this to be your last fight. This is going to be your last fight. I think you will go down for that battle. I agree. I think you're going to use your wrestling. It's your last fucking form, dude. You know this guy's going to outstrike you. You got Sonya donged, literally, right? You're on a fucking loss
Fucking
here.
eyes wide open. I can't see anything, man. What the heck, dude?
Yeah, man.
What the heck, man?
Dude, and then looking at the clock like an idiot, timing it down. I can't see, but 3:15. I can't see, but you can see the fucking clock.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, like, what the fuck, dude? All right, hey, dude, sorry, Henry. I'm not going to invest my last year's money on the last pay-per-view on a guy that actually doesn't want to be there. You've been fired. He just told, the boss just told you got one last shift.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, that's it. There's no fucking gain from this. Go back to your Usman podcast, pound for pound, because that's all you got now. Because after this, you're done.
Yep.
Hopefully you invested all your money into good real estate.
I could see him like passing the torch though, and like maybe even training Talbot in his ability to wrestle better than what he knows already.
You know what?
I could see
He's
that.
a really great coach.
He's
He took Whaley Zhang,
He's kind
who
of
couldn't
zesty
wrestle.
like that. I could see him really liking Peyton Talbot around his house.
Yeah.
All right,
Agreed.
moving up the card, Brandon fucking Moreno, my boy. I almost wore the shirt for the 3rd time this week. Right now, I'm making this shit with you, Lethal. I had to change it up finally, but damn, rocking my Moreno shirt, and it's sad. It's sad, Lethal, because you know I'm a big Tassero Tyra fan. I got good trading cards on both these guys. I fucking absolutely. It's
this
like
would have hit your heart.
this
would have hit your heart.
This is like Diego versus Volk, Lethal. This is like Diego versus Volk, and I've explained that twice already this week. This fight is emotional like those two, because I absolutely want both guys to win, but if you were to tell me, if you were to tell me that this is so and so's final run, final push at this, yeah, I'm kind of rooting for them too, right? So Tacho Tyra's, but he's going to be around for a long time. This guy's for sure a future champ. I'd rather for now him have a good close fight with Moreno, like a good exciting war, showing that Tacho Tyra is going to be a problem for some time as he grows and ages. He's only 25. It's fucking a little ridiculous. But have Moreno win a spectacular fight, pass the torch, show that guy some love. People are excited for him. And Moreno win or lose his final fight with Pantoja or whatever that looks like. I assumed it would be Pantoja. What a fucking ride, you know. I could see Moreno going out within the last few fights. So I can't sit here and say I really hope it ended now. So that's part of my pick with Moreno. The other part is, well, let's break this fight down. You got to respect Moreno's boxing. You got to respect his striking. And Tacho Tyra is like almost like discovering he hurts people with his hands at times. Like, it's a new tool set, right? He's been using his BJJ, but he's had a couple fights where it's like, damn, I did that, you know, his own fucking zap. Moreno knows what his hands does, and he knows how to work them into combinations really well. So Tatsuro Taira is either dry and is that good with his grappling to get this fight to the ground in deep waters with Moreno and wins via submission or control time, or he simply put doesn't, you know, Moreno makes this a scrap, makes this a fight. And I know Moreno can take shots quite good. We've seen Moreno bust it open and bleed in and fight through it. He weaves. He's finding his timing. How many wars have you seen Tatsuro Taira through where he's been damaged like that? So it's one of those things that you're giving me underdog money. You're giving me plus money as well. I know Moreno's a complete martial artist. If you have that much stock in Tatsuro Taira, then, well, he probably would be 18-0 to be able to fade Moreno like that.
Whoa, that's harsh. That's hard.
And I'm just trying to say, like, you know, if you're that confident that someone as good as Moreno loses to this guy via just deep water submission early on, that, well, if he's that good, he probably would be 18-0. But here's one last thing, and I'll hand the mic over to you, Lethal. For all those betting Tatsuro Taira via submission only, let me ask you this. Did Alex Pereira lose to a submission? No, he didn't. He lost via TKO or doctor stoppage. When Tatsuro Taira is working submissions with you, he doesn't have to cut your breath. He doesn't have to make you tap. He could literally break a fucking bone, a ligament, and that's how the fight ends, TKO. That grapevine grappling little figure eight thing that he did on the back of Alex Perez, that was fucking insane. The knee got literally taken out, tripped out, and blew right through Alex Perez's fucking knees. So I respect that much about Tatsuro Taira. Is it's a very dangerous, very lethal form of jiu-jitsu, but you can't tell me that he's going to surpass Moreno in the striking to even open that up. I don't know. What do you got, Lethal?
My brother. Great insight. Interesting fight. Hard. I think you've seen it on my channel. I put up on your channel, your Mudhud channel. Fucking, I put up a thing with Smo. But card for card, he's got his one-of-one.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a one-on-one talk. You know, like, we've just got to finalize the deal tonight. That's just me and him, right?
Yep.
So, now I'm just going to go from that. Why did I do that? Why?
Because you want that card.
I'm a fan of both. I'm a fan of both. Now, I love stories, brother. I love inspiration. I love being inspired. Okay? Inspiration is what drives me every day. Not me getting up and inspiring myself, other people. Whether it be on Instagram that show me a post or, you know what I mean? I get inspired by strength and intestinal fortitude. I posted my pre-picks with Tatso. Right? Done. So I'm locking him in. Okay? But I have got many of a little fucking three-way parlays going here with my boy Brandon. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, I've never met a young man in the UFC since we've been watching it, since 1993, from Diego fucking Sanchez. You know what I mean? Fucking right through now. And I've never seen such a humble, genuine, committed person to his trade as Brendan Moreno. I usually go on a bitch rant. How's this for the first time? Here's a nice rant. I can't see Brandon Moreno getting finished here. Okay? All right? Literally. He lost 3 fights to Pantoja, 1 by submission, 2 by decision. The second one by decision, the third one by split decision to Pantoja.
Yeah.
Do I want to see a fourth fight? No, literally don't. That would bore me. Okay, so I'm going to tell you that. I don't want to see a Moreno Pantoja fourth.
It bores everyone
But I
by the
want some,
statistic, but for anyone who loves Moreno, it's like, yeah, you just want to see it because you
yeah.
just want that to be a send out. It's the best
Yeah,
one.
and it's awesome.
Avenge
But I don't want,
everything. Yeah.
yeah, but I don't want to see a fourth fight. Literally, sometimes I don't want to see a trilogy. Second one has to be really good. You know what I mean? Like the Volk Holloway trilogy was pretty cool. Volk Hammer came back there. Yeah, that was a pretty cool trilogy. There's some trilogies, not duos, which is only two. Like put into a third, and yet alone a fourth. Shevchenko and Grasso is getting a bit lame. You know what I mean? Like fuck.
Yeah.
Like how many times? So what I'm saying is, Brandon Moreno, I want you to win. I do. But I'm taking the more hungrier man on the block. I'm taking the dog that wants the food. Brandon Moreno's got his food, brother.
Yep.
He got his food.
Yeah.
He's not, he might think he's hungry. I think I'm hungry at 52, but I'm fucking tired too. I'm going to say it again. It's not 52, 32, 22. You put in the work that he's done, you're fucking tired, cunt. Tyra's not tired. I can see Tyra finishing this by the third round by submission. I am going to go that.
Do you know?
I can see it.
Do you know the thing about
Yeah, so
Moreno that I think helps him so much though is he very much like calm and centers and enjoys hobbies much like the ones I enjoy because of the fact that I don't know, they really do relax and give you rest even through like obviously consciously being awake, but they're just so relaxing that dude Moreno taking all that personal time and being that having that balance in his life, dude. When he goes to fight, he's always impressive. There is nothing restless about that man when he's fighting. He's very good. So I would say that
this is a parlay buster, brother.
he's not a old dog that's just done. It's he took the right time away to give himself full rejuvenation to then give himself like this final push. That's what that is.
Brother, and he had the greatest speech, one that actually brought tears to my eyes. We all know the one. We all know the one, right? So there's no point repeating it. Not one day, not the next day, but the next, yeah.
Yeah.
We all know the speech. What a moment. And that's still the same person now. So I want this guy to win. I really do. But I actually don't want to see him fight Pantoja for a fourth time. I'd rather see him fight fucking Van, which we'll get onto next. But as far as a fourth, that's the dude.
He's number 3
He
in
better
the
be the.
rankings, though. They wouldn't make him fight Van after Van just came from a Pantoja loss. So, yeah, he's gonna either win this and fight Pantoja, or else, who really knows? Maybe he fights fucking Manel Cap. Like maybe something like that happens. Who knows? Uh, would be tough to see him fight one of those fights too. This one emotionally, that one due to the risk. Moreno getting hit with a fucking bomb would be hard to see. But yeah,
But that's the
you got
Tyra,
you
me,
got
brother.
Tatsuro Tai right here. All right, move up.
Yeah.
Let's move up to the co-main event. Alexandre Pantoja taking on the very much catapulted but eager and hungry active fighter in Joshua Van, who's once upon a time lost to Charles Johnson. But you don't see it in his top 5 most recent fights because he's just that damn active. Joshua Van, the man, taking on the cannibal, one of the greatest to do it. And if he hasn't passed your DJ checker, then he's maybe a fight or so from doing so. He's goddamn that guy. Pantoja has done it against a very high level of opposition and guys in a new generation of MMA that are on the world's most competitive stage in the world. And he's holding it down and making his laps on motherfuckers, which is impressive too. So the cannibal to me is approaching that 125 GOAT. And if he gets this fight and maybe the one after, there's should be no denying to everybody in the world that he's that GOAT too. So Yeah, I got Pantoja by submission. I don't respect Joshua Van's ability to keep the fight on the feet. He's been against a number of fucking guys that don't mix it. And he's been able to show the world that he's a boxer. But in the world of MMA, you go where you want somebody to go. And the cannibal will throw himself at his opponents like a fucking zombie, get the takedown, miss the power strike, whatever, but he's throwing bombs into these setups and then running those takedowns. But he does show to have normal human cardio and wear and tear. But what's most impressive about Pantoja is he's pound for pound got one of the best chins. He eats so many fucking cracks to the face, knees, powerful shots. He eats them. He fucking absolutely eats them. And Joshua Van is that guy that he's a big volume guy. He isn't throwing these big, powerful counter bombs that send people out. He's a volume TKO in combination striker, finisher in his TKOs and decisions. So it's just stylistically not a good matchup for Van. And I love that Van is as cool as he is to make a lot of people behind him and betting with him for fun, because it's allowed our odds at Pantoja to maintain a negative, 200 or so, when normally someone like Pantoja would be a negative 500, just like Merab is against Piotr Jan, which we'll get to, but make it more like a negative 500 favor. So Pantoja, you should absolutely be parlaying Pantoja. You should absolutely putting chalk on Pantoja at that prop against someone who has done fuck all to deserve this fight, as well as has fuck all fought anybody that mimics the power and pressure of Pantoja, minus the guy he lost to. Now, the only thing that Charles Johnson has on Pantoja is they are not the same frame. They are not the same guy there. And Johnson's way better boxer, way fucking taller too. And so it was the perfect storm there to maybe counter Van. But give me Pantoja, give it to me money line, but in a fun little parlay or two, we like Pantoja by submission here. His TKO's live with grounded pound, and again, he throws bombs when transitioning. He doesn't just sniff crotch. So Pantoja getting a knockout, I wouldn't be that surprised either. He absolutely is that guy. Lethal, break down this co-main event for me.
My brother, wow. Okay. Can I start with boxing versus grappling? Striking versus grappling.
Yeah.
We've seen great strikers, JDM, Izzy's, and all that being subdued by grappling. I'm a striker. I don't grapple. I like BJJ, but I don't wrestle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like to stand up, and I find it more lazy to be stand up because it's more cardio getting on the ground. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Not something. Pantoja, Joshua Van. All day Pantoja. Why? Okay, I'm going to give a personal viewing. At the press conference, Joshua Van, you're not that fucking cool.
I know. He did.
For the school to turn up looking fucking cool for the school. You're meant to be from Miniwa, the whole fucking country of fucking poverty and shit. If you're going to represent your shit, like fucking Pantoja did. Khaki pants, cut off fucking sweatshirt, and walking into fight. So that's the first scary thing.
Can I add to that real quick, Lethal? Fucking now that you mention that, and I thought this too, Van has been very much into the media. He loves this attention. He's like, yeah, man, like it was cool pulling me up on YouTube and this, and that. I never like that from any fighter ever. I don't.
All day, right?
Their head,
all day.
Their
so
head and their heart needs to be ready for war.
That guy was a refugee from Miniwa that looks like the Irish refugee who saw the doll called Conor McGregor. Now, Conor McGregor is a different fucking version. I didn't appreciate the lack of respect for his culture And I don't think you're deserving to wear a suit like Kamaru Usman, who's won 9 title defenses. Izzy, who's won 8 title defenses. But have a bit of fucking, you're walking in to fight Pantoja, you can't. And if that's where you're going, because you bought your Minimum community a house, this cunt's going to destroy you, brother. Yeah. Okay? He's going to eat you up. Because that guy turned up to the press conference in a goddamn sweatshirt and trucky pants. Looked like he just come from the fucking gym. So all day, sorry, Josh. Now, Josh, what a strike differential. Now, there's one thing about someone that has one of the high strike differentials or the highest in the top 5 in the UFC. Is someone throwing 8 punches at you every fucking 30 seconds, you know, bam, 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 bam. All good. There's one thing I know about doing BJJ. You can't hit me if I've got you on the ground. It's that plain and simple. All right? You can't use all your legs, your boxing and that. If I tackle you like a rugby player or a gridiron player, I put you on your ass. Where's all your boxing now? So I learned it from GDM with Islam. We learned it from fucking RDR versus Chimaev. What's happening now is this Eastern European wrestling, and I'm talking about not even Pantoja's Eastern European, but I'm just talking about all of that. Pantoja's bringing back old school fucking Brazilian shit. Yeah. I'm going to mix that shit up. You want to strike, I strike. You want to use it, you know, you want to use it. But
I love his
transition
Josh. To top team, though. Like, Pantoja's that guy that, I don't know, man. Like, I'm happy that he was able to have the team around him all those years. Like, iron sharpens iron, man. He's had some immense training partners that has helped make Pantoja who he is today, too.
I just got a Joshua Bank card. It's a nice Radiant rookie card, autoed. Paid $300 for it. I hope he loses. You know why? You're not deserving of the suit, you arrogant piece of young shit right now. Well, you're going to buy a Ferrari like fucking Sean O'Malley? Hey, look what happened to him. Constantly on the prelim. All right. So fucking sort your shit out.
I want him to be humbled here is what I want. Like a more humble Joshua Van, yeah.
Just fucking settle down, cunt. Settle fucking down. All right? Because you're about to be humbled. And after you get humbled, you're stuck there with Steve Erzik and the rest of the gang. It all got humbled. You know what I mean? So all sit back. And Steve Erzik wasn't actually that dude. He was actually the dude that came in the most humble of all.
Yeah. No, 100%.
He was the most humble cunt in the world.
It almost worked against him because, like, he had a good following, but then, like, he's so humble and so nice. He actually, like, turned off a lot of fight fans, I'm sure. Like, he's just, on top of it, he's, like, instructing little children in karate and shit. And
my boy, Josh Van, you want to come in and look like you're suited up like Conor McGregor? Refugee from America, Lara Roshenko told a story. He said it. He's a fucking, war refugee. Well, represent cunt. Right now. Right now, you look like a fucking idiot. All right? Settle down. Beat Pantoja. Maybe win another one. Defend your title.
I mean, dude, here's the issue, though. Here's the issue, Lethal. If he does pull the upset and beats Pantoja, and he's cheesing this hard and gooning this hard to himself on YouTube, well, if he beats the guy who's considered like basically one of the flyweight goats, then he's gonna be fucking egotistical big time.
He'll turn into a dick.
Star power would be great. Well, I mean, I'm just not so much a dick. I think Joshua Van's the kind of guy that is still kind of cool with it, and that's where he gets his aura from, is the whole cool factor. But I'm just saying that his confidence would be at an all-time high because it's like, look, I just beat one of the goats of flyweight. Like, I can beat the whole division because this guy was doing it. But at the end of the day, he's already been served humble pie from people that we don't even hold remotely close to that same pedestal, right? And energy.
All day, brother. Look, change the attitude, come in humble, realize you're fighting one of the greatest in the world. All right.
Yep.
Take the suits off. Take the glasses off. Walk in.
Unless you're
Win.
Janaroba, keep them bitches on.
Do it, right? And then we might respect the whole Conor McGregor thing going on. Like Ilya had to do. Ilya started wearing suits later. At the beginning, he didn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so at the end of the day, that's what we got to do, brother. So, sorry, Josh. I have got a parlay on, Josh. I'm going to tell everyone now. I've got a Tidiane, Josh, just a stupid one. You know those stupid parlays. Just
You mean a
imagine
donation?
if it happened.
You mean a donation?
Yeah, a donation, $10 gets me 1,000. That's how bad the fucking parlay is. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's a stupid fucking parlay.
Yeah.
It's as dumb as fuck. But you know what?
It's gotta be to have Joshua Van on it. I'm sorry, but he ain't winning that fight.
Yeah, it is. It's got Peter Yan, Josh, and fuck. Oh, Karina Silver's on there. There you
That's
go.
fine. That one's
Against
fine.
Macy Barber.
Jan and fucking Joshua Van. That's like, I'm telling you, if you'd have a better chance of going to your local fucking store and buying the Lotto scratch off jackpot in one ticket. You have just about a better odd of that happening than you do to have both Jan and Van win in the same night against Pantoja and
All
Merab.
day.
Like, who the fuck are
You know
you
what?
picking against?
I'm telling you, it was that one that I just sat back and just went, you know what? I've got all these cool ones. I know these are going to win. The parlays that we're talking about, I've put them on. Yeah. But there's also Lethaltoad. That's like lethal. And I'm like, fuck, dude, man. You know what? Just imagine. I would be spewing if I wasn't involved in that most stupidest upset in the world.
Yeah.
And I went, okay, I'll take the top three and I'll throw in a Karina Silva and I'll go for that fucker just for $10.
Yeah.
Tell you what, you save a lot of money if you don't drink coffee, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice little sprinkle long shots. Not, never,
Stupid long
never
shot.
hurts to have some fun.
Mate, I wouldn't even, if someone DM me and asked me for it, I'm not even going to give it to them.
Exactly.
Because I don't want you to lose your money because, trust me, don't trust me on this. Is a lethal dumbass. We have a segment. You know what you call it? We should have a segment. Dumbass long shots. Dumbass long shots. LA. That has to be at the top of it, brother. But for $10, I'm in. Just in case Christmas and Santa came and it just fucking worked out.
It just so happens, Lethal, that the last card I had $10 turn into $600 and a 5-leg, and then in a 6-leg, $3 turn into about $200. I made about $800 between $13 between a 5-leg and a 6-leg. So you can do a lot with $10, my man. Like if it's a good parlay, you can do a lot with $10. But that was also not even picking methods or fighters. I was picking distance, yes or no's. Like, does the fight go 15 minutes?
I know. You cleaned up.
So I do those, cleaned up and that's what I do. I used to go through the entire card, give you the fighter, the method, and does the fight go to the judges, yes or no, right? And I would always put little cautions if I knew for sure that it was going to be a finish, so that I could say more confidently, parlay those together and then look at the other lines. So I would always build out these like 5 or 6 leg base that were very consistently hitting, but then I started having fun and thought, okay, I'm going to remove one of these legs and what method do I like the most? So I just combined one fighter, one method with 4 yes or no distant fights. And yeah, I very consistently have gone into many UFC
I have
cards
a feeling
now
you're going to go. You're going to go very well on this card.
7 legs, 8 legs. Well, there's just a lot of fights that are smaller guys where it could be a finish, but it's not the obvious. Here's a bunch of heavyweights and here's a bunch of 205ers going to town. Like, there's some good finishes. And every card with fans with asses and seats, it at least has a few of them. A couple are very early, the Manser knockout, and you know what maybe could happen. But a lot of these are striker versus grappler. So I can't sit here and confidently act like all these fights are going to be these like flash knockouts and oh, Carlos Prates is fighting moments. You know what I mean? Like distance is, in all due respect, distance this week is a little harder due to the weight classes and the stylistic matchups. I don't have two strikers doing it. I got a grappler and a fucking striker doing it, you know, Lethal. So,
I think you're going to do good this week on distances and fight to end. I think there's going to be a lot of finishes. I was
yeah,
actually
I
thinking
mean
about
there
that.
are the ones we all expect there to be earlier in the card. But as we get up later in the card too, like Merab and Jan, like who's sitting there confidently acting like that one's a finish? Like, you know what I mean?
No,
I know
I've got
Merab
Merab
wants
either.
to
Like,
and
well, we
Jan
haven't
wants
got there
to.
yet, but
They
yeah.
both want to, but do they? No. Like you see where I'm getting at? Like you just got to pick and choose your poisons. That's all. So I'll let you have the honor of breaking down the main event, and then we'll wrap this up. And yeah,
So,
get
my
ready for
brother,
these fights, brother.
I'm going to get there right now. We all know where we are, so there's no more repeating anything else or any more knowledge about both fighters anymore, right?
Yep.
So here we go. PDR Merab. Merab is the next evolution of something that I've never seen, ever. And I'm just talking his whole cardio, his work ethic. It's it's nearly Khabibish. All right.
It's
It's
better.
fucking
It's better.
yeah. It's the next level. That's what I'm saying. So, with that being said, man, I have nothing more to say at all from this fight. Merab is going to drown you. Merab will drown Peter Yan in the first fight. He will drown him over 5 rounds. He said at the press conference, I'm a decision machine. I'm winning either way. Doesn't matter. But I'm going to pick a prop here. By submission at $10 to 1.
You know, I've hit that before against Sugar. I had him 10 to 1 submission, and I put 50.
It's again.
I put $50 on it, and it hit.
Brother, it's happening. It's happening again. Merab by submission. He's on a finishing streak. Do you know what? Remember the decision machine? Machine that was actually a decision machine, right?
Yeah,
So remember that.
he's leveled
Merab
up a
was
lot
the
with
most
his
exciting
jiu-jitsu
dude.
too. You heard that from
Yeah.
Aljo in
That's
the
why
breakdown.
Dana White gave him. That's why Dana White had to give him 10 fucking fights, 11 to even get there, because he's a boring cunt. Right? He was a boring cunt. Now let's look at this transition, social media wise. Yes, I understand you're there, but you've always been sort of doing that. It doesn't affect him. He has fucking one focus and one focus only. There's a drive in that person that is fucking so tight that I can't back him. But I'm going to take the second time submission in a row. I'm going to take it by the same choke that he finished the last fight with, the one that Aljo taught him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Merab's leveled up a lot in his grappling,
Yeah.
and he's a lot more dangerous too, just with his hands. Like not even going off his his submission win and what he's been doing with Aljo, but look at his hands against Sandhagen of all people. Like Merab damn nearly got the
Sandhagen.
TKO knockout.
He beat up Sandhagen. The little man
Dude,
beat up the fucking
Merab's
Sandhagen.
got these like little penguin, little fucking hammer fists. Like he comes charging in and just throwing these like little fucking penguin hammers, and they actually fucking slap people hard. So I like Merab by a finish here too for a fun bet. But yeah.
Take the submission bet, brother. You have to do it again. Come on. At 10 to 1, you've got to put that 50 on
Who
again.
said I haven't already done it, Lethal?
I know you have, because it's a beautiful, fucking beautiful bet.
I'm just also saying too, because Jan's a boxer and Merab just very much showed that his striking's amped up a bit here in his last fight recently, giving him better confidence yet.
Corey,
You would be a fool not to also sprinkle on the knockout prop by Merab. So Merab by finish is the move.
I can't do that. I think Jan's boxing he is the master of boxing.
Yes.
I will give him that.
But
I
here's
don't
the
believe
thing.
Merab.
Here's the thing, though.
Merab might have stood up against Corey Sandhagen, a longer, lankier person. Peter Jan's the same size. This gun's tight. He's fast. His strike differential is fucking amazing.
Lethal.
I'm sorry, bro. I have to sit back and no.
You're ensuing a different fight in your head, brother. Let me tell you how it actually happens. Merab doesn't box Jan. No, I'm going to tell you how it actually happens because
you tell me.
I got to validate why I'm saying this. So if you're saying there's not a boxing fight between Jan and Merab, Merab goes in, picks up Jan, throws him to the fucking ground. This continues to happen because Jan isn't stopping Merab. Do you agree, yes or no?
First point, let's go points. Yes, the takedowns are eventual. It's going to happen.
Not eventual. Now. Not eventual. They'll happen. They'll happen anytime Merab wants to take down Jan. It happens. So then, hold on. So then Merab continues to do this, and Jan isn't the same tight striker, and he doesn't have that same zap. And guess what? Jan is getting fucking masterclass by Merab, and then Merab's continuing to press forward with combinations and, throwing down strikes. Because I don't expect like Merab just to have the neck of fucking Jan and he's threatening a submission. Merab is just hammering and striking. So what I mean is Merab's improved in his striking. He's improved in his submission. Yes, I agree the submission's more likely. But you would be a fool, especially at the probability and what we just saw with Sandhagen, if you didn't respect Merab by at least the knockout probability, and that comes through that grind. That's not a boxing match with Jan Lethal.
I'm going to end this one with you. Fully disagree. Totally opposite.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'm clipping this.
Sandhagen, yes, please do, because this is where we're going to go. The final fight. You clip this one, because I'm locking this in to win. All right? I'm not going to deny that. But if you're saying, talking about in their last fight, fucking Peter Jan got up from 90% of those takedowns. Peter Jan survived 5 rounds. Peter Jan is tighter in his boxing. He's not as tall and lanky. The strike differential between Peter Jan and Merab is like Joshua Van and Pantoja. Right? Yeah. So what I am going to say here, I will say, man, there is a very strong possibility. There is no knockout chance by Merab. But I will tell you that right now. Where my first point is, you're wrong. Not even close.
So you don't think that through a grappling exchange of Merab wearing on?
Okay, knockout on the feet? No, not even close.
I just explained it to you in like full fucking detail.
Ground and pound? Maybe, but I think Merab's going to go straight for that submission.
Wrestling Jan and wearing him out. Of course, I'm talking about ground and pound and laying on top of Jan, feeding strikes. I disagree.
I still think Merab's going to go for that submission. I still think he loves Aljo that much. He wants to do Aljo submissions.
We're saying the same thing, Lethal, because I did this. I said, I fully agree Merab would likely win by a submission if a finish at all, right? That's because of the obvious.
What I am disagreeing is, I believe Peter Jan is going to stop the takedowns. I believe he is not going to be taken down and held down. Okay, here we go. Here's a number. One number. Peter Jan will not be taken down properly. For seven. He won't be taken down for under 7 properly. I'm talking to take down, hold me down at least for 3 seconds. Not take me down and get back up. Okay? That's a scuffle. That's a scuffle on the ground. You scuffle me, I get back up. You haven't fucking taken me down too. I got back up.
Yeah.
You take me down, you hold me down. I believe Jan
That's
is going to
not Merab.
actually.
Merab is a guy who does volume takedowns because people do get up
I know.
and he takes them back down. So that's also just kind of
Jan in
like the
his last
style of
fight.
Merab a bit, though.
Jan in his last fight, fucking 16 takedowns with Merab, or 46. And not from me. I was just watching the weigh-in show. DC went through this. I went through the stats, and I'm like, well, how many were actually takedowns? How many weren't for fucking takedowns? You know, like, what was a takedown? What comprises as a fucking takedown?
Yeah.
Like, let's look at this. Now, I'm going a little bit later now. I'm looking from a DC, the fucking wrestler, looking at the weigh-in show. I'm looking at information that I never saw that they bring up. And I'm sort of sitting back going, man, they're pretty good stats. According to DC, at 11 takedowns, Jan fucking got up on 10. And DC said he wouldn't have counted the 10 because they weren't takedowns, because Jan got straight back up. Not my words, his words. This information I learned. And I'm sitting back going, you know what? And I rewatched that fight before I got on with you. I had to rewatch it. I had to, just to make sure that I was delivering the right information. But what I did see, which is going down your way, my brother, Jan was beat up.
He looked like
He
fucking.
was
He
beat up.
looked like
Yeah.
Listen, he
There
looked
was
like the
a
fucking orc from The Hobbit with
day,
like the one knotted
yeah,
eye,
all
the
day,
white one.
all day.
Yeah.
So all day going Merab. But dude, if someone wants to sprinkle, like if Drake, for example, if you want to gamble a decision or a stoppage by Jan because you have 100,000, I don't know what. I wouldn't do it with 100,000. Merab all day, by submission or decision. We know he's the decision king. But
It's likely
with that,
submission. It's likely submission, decision, or sorry, it's likely decision. But we all want submission, and then there's a
yeah,
slight possibility of like some ground and pound or just some grinding wrestling combination of Jan, that breaks him over time because it's actually because of that knotted eye and the improvement since that fight by Merab as leveling up as both a striker and a fucking grappler. Yeah, he is a more of a finisher now. But
yes.
I'm not gonna just hold myself to believing that Merab's only capable of submissions and decisions. I will.
And
His
can
pressure
I throw
does finish people by hands too. Just doesn't
can I
happen
throw
quick.
one last thing in? Psychological fighting, just fighting. Peter Yan destroyed Merab at the fucking press conference, brother. Absolutely
I
took
actually
him
disagree because
off
here's the
by
issue. Here's the
bullshit,
issue,
took
Lethal.
him to the tank. The lady boys, the men. Merab couldn't even speak. I saw Merab on the weigh-in show this morning. He actually admitted he was speechless. He was
Well,
like,
yeah. Well, here's the
wow, I
thing,
don't
though.
know what
Here's
to
the thing,
say
though.
to that.
Lethal, my man. Jan doesn't speak English. So also when people are having like a back and forth, it's almost like a rap battle, right? Like someone's gonna be like, "Oh," and someone's gonna pick a side. And when you have to have translators done, what Jan was saying was like funny, and he was cooking, but him not being able to speak English and have that Dracus Duplessis moment with Merab doesn't make Jan look good. And
You know what it is?
Merab was his fucking daddy. When that presser
Brother?
opened up, hold on. When Merab was on the mic at the beginning of the presser, the questions were coming through. And I'll tell you who looked pretty speechless and who looked like a dumb fucking little
Yes.
submissive bitch.
Yes.
It was Piotr Jan. Merab was being
Yeah.
daddy on the microphone screaming at the
Mate,
fucking
the
press.
questions he was
So
asking, Merab was saying,
Marab killed it
are
until
you
he got
injured?
gay
Are you
attacked in
injured
the hot
right
tub.
now? Are you fucking injured right now?
Yeah.
Are you injured?
Yes.
Merab destroyed him.
Yes.
Destroyed
He
him.
didn't want all the bullshit
Absolutely.
excuses. Yeah.
I thought it was a
Like
brilliant press
passionate. That's
conference.
like that passionate Marab coming out too. The way he like gets
Thank you.
angry and yells. It's not like he's a dickhead. And that's how he talks. That's his like passion in wanting justice. So if someone's like making up excuses, injuries, things like that, Marab is gonna be like, "You motherfucker," especially when he knows it's not true.
Dude,
That's what that is.
this guy, hopefully, do you know what I hope? I hope they don't do what they did with Merab with DJ. Merab is going to beat DJ's record. But hopefully people don't get so. Oh, they got. And this is my opinion, brother.
Dana's
End this podcast with this.
all about stars, and Merab is
And
way
money, and
cooler.
money, and odds. Dana's a gambler. When DJ's odds, every fight, when you look at Demetrius Johnson, when he fought, he was $1.16, $1.20. There was no value in him in the gambling world.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why they got rid of it. Nothing left. He destroyed everyone. I'm hoping. I swear to God, trust me on this one. I'm going to predict this. Bob, you're going to be the greatest, but you got to finish. DJ was 70% decision fighter. DJ.
Yeah.
Very high IQ.
Here's the thing.
I'm just hoping.
Here's the thing about DJ, just to wrap up with his shit, though, and like, it was a completely different era. Sports betting wasn't as popular. Content creators didn't do what we do on a regular basis for UFC. Completely different spotlight, right? And a lot of this was controlled by media, da 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 da. Dana likes heavyweight fighters. Dana likes knockouts. Dana likes finishes. And when the flyweights came around, it became evident that the lower in weight class you fought, the more likely these fights go to decisions. These guys are just so small that, well, they're not hitting those flash knockouts, and they don't always grapple as good to do that too, via submission. Dana wanted to, like, fork all of his money over to his champions at the higher weight classes, fun talent, fun prospects. And here you got a guy that's not winning in a fun way, and it's a small weight class, and it just so happens that he doesn't lose ever, and so he rightfully deserves the bigger paycheck. And Dana's doesn't quite have those pockets quite yet. The UFC is trying to make some bounce backs, trying to like do better than what it's doing, right? Dana had a very hard time wanting to pay DJ his worth. That's that sourness. That's that bullshit. And in today's,
And he swapped him for Ben Askren.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck? Yes. Right? Oh my God.
Well, I will admit this.
I did a post about business and money being paid and good transactions. I believe that was Dana's worst transaction ever made. I bet you till today he lost money on that.
No, I'll tell you why he didn't. Let me explain this to you. Ben Askren coming to the UFC brought a lot of eyes to the UFC, a lot of the wrestlers. Ben Askren was extremely respected in his NCAA reign and his knowledge base, his coaching. Ben Askren, when people watch that guy wrestle, they were very impressed. That guy definitely had aura. And people would be like, wait, that guy? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, that guy. He was very fucking good. So I know firsthand from friends.
One thing, he was only good at one thing. He wasn't very good at all. He was only good at one thing.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's keep this one straight. He wasn't very good at all. He was good at one thing.
But
wrestling. All right, let's keep that fucking
explain to you, though,
because that guy was not fucking good.
Lethal.
No fucking DJ.
Lethal.
Not in 1,000 years.
You don't get to interrupt me when I'm trying to explain to you why I think something is something based on a little knowledge base. Him being a wrestler, not because he was so good in the UFC with it, but him being a wrestler, the level of wrestler he was at a college level brought a lot of attention to the UFC. A lot of wrestlers, a lot of people who didn't watch MMA started tuning in MMA because they wanted to see how Ben Askren was doing, right? Like Bo Nickel. He brought a whole different kind of fan base, and just like Ben Askren did. And I'm not saying it's a big fan base, but that has value. That has money. Now, Askren getting lucky wins over someone like Lawler, and then picking up the mic and being fucking funny as shit by saying, yo, Dana White, is that the best you got? That's a big money move. That's bringing tons of fucking hype. His socials at the time were blasting. Ben Askren making quick content was actually getting funny, good clips. And this is getting UFC some of this. It all lines up for one of the best knockouts, the fastest UFC knockout of all time, from a fucking street fighter in Jorge Masvidal, and literally has like one of the most crazy moments in MMA history, that knockout is worth more than that signage all fucking day. That knockout gave more attention, Sports Center, every fucking highlight universe was capturing that knockout because it was that fucking good. That fucking hilarious if you actually understood what was going on between the conversations and what they said before the fight. Like, I'm going to come out and do the takedown. Like, that was so fucking perfect because of everything leading up to that. That moment, and then the kind of like the balloon popping of UFC, is worth more than the fact that Askren showed up and got his ass beat and didn't live up to any hype whatsoever.
Bro.
Because DJ
So we're
was
over.
leaving the UFC regardless, bro. He was already moving on regardless.
Look, at the end of the day, look, I've listened to you. I'm done. That was a nice, good spiel, brother. All good. Listen to me, okay? You stop. Who the fuck is Ben Askren? Can't replace Ben Askren with DJ. What the fuck are you talking about, Toe? He's a
That's
wrestler.
not what I
and guess
said.
what?
That's not what I said.
No, listen to me. You stop. No, you stop, Toe. You listen to me. American wrestling's dead.
Sure.
All right, American MMA is dead.
Lethal.
You've got a world champion out there.
Lethal.
You guys are striving to look for a hero.
I'll listen to you as long as you don't insinuate shit that I didn't say. I didn't say NCAA wrestling's better. I said from money. We were talking money by the UFC.
Like DJ, no, it's my turn. I'm talking. You guys are selling
you
great.
talk, but you don't get to fucking insinuate shit that I didn't say, or you're fucking done.
No bullshit, man. You said Ben Askren's this, and he's nothing.
Bro,
he's a wrestler.
I said from Dana White losing money. The conversation was Dana White lost money. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did all day, and you said no, he didn't.
No, for
what?
No, because I'll explain this to you.
Like he gained a few dollars in a moment. He gained a few bucks. Is that how you rate Ben Askren?
No, I'm not.
He gained a few bucks during that heart transplant. You know when he had the heart transplant?
DJ was leaving the UFC regardless. That's what I wish you would understand.
That's because they swapped a great person with a fucking piece of shit wrestler. They're trying to promote, right? Trying to promote a wrestler. You're trying to make America great again. Good on you, Donald Trump. Your fucking MMA is fucked in America, cunt. You've got no champions. You've got no fucking semi-champions. Tell you this. Sort your shit out. Because swapping DJ for fucking Ben is absolute bullshit.
Yes. So I never said that I agree with the swap in the sense that I wanted the swap to happen. No, I didn't. But here's this. The consensus was that DJ was leaving the UFC due to the fact that Dana just doesn't do good things for DJ. He's fucking DJ over, and more people were going to other sport organizations like the PFL, like One Championship, and they're getting their money's worth. I saw DJ leaving the UFC regardless, personally, but I wish the trade didn't happen. And I wasn't saying that
it was a bad
NCAA wrestling so great this and this and that. All I was trying to say is from the transactional cost that Dana White lost money, in a way he didn't because he brought in somebody who set up a certain moment that is worth more than that money. That's all.
It was about as a trade as CM Punk. He lost money on that. You can't tell me he didn't lose money on CM Punk, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, CM
all right.
Yeah,
that was a bad deal.
That's the worst one.
Bad business.
That's the worst one all day. But all I'm trying to say is versus the cost of $250,000. Technically, the moment that was brought into the sport it has more value.
We love the UFC, bro. We love it because we want to see the best fighters fight the best fighters, all right? And not about money even. That's why I got into it. I wanted to see whether Muhammad Ali could beat Bruce Lee. Back in the day, I'm born in 1973. I wanted to see whether Bruce Lee could fight Muhammad Ali. I reckon that's the biggest pay-per-view event of all time, if you could reincarnate that, okay? Yeah. I wanted to see martial art could destroy one. Taekwondo, this, that. What I'm just saying now, man, you had a here that had it all, and you got rid of him. What? because he won so many fights and people didn't bet on you. And this is it. People didn't bet on you any moment because your odds are at $1.18, $1.17. Like, that's how good you were, DJ. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's where I think the sport's gone wrong, brother. It was meant to be about the passion that we started with. That's why sorry if I got a bit rude, but I was like, man, fuck the
It's just, I
betting.
was listening to what you were saying, and it didn't at all match up with the exact thing I said. We were talking from a transactional standpoint. Dana White lost money. Well, technically, no, because the
I
story
still
is they
think he
brought
did.
in somebody who set up a moment that really popped off the sport. But we all lost in that by losing DJ. When you're one of the best in
I
the
still
world,
believe that
you need to stay
transaction
at the
lost money.
top of the world to prove it. Yeah.
I still believe when he signed that contract, and he did it that day, and he swapped the people over from one and Ben Askren, I believe later, he looked at his fucking profit and loss, and he lost money on stock of horse. I truly believe that. Ben Askren wasn't there long enough to make him enough money.
No.
He's not an Izzy. He's not an Alex Pereira. You know what I mean? He turned up. He beat Dan Hooker. He like, whoa, you know, what the fuck, dude?
I agree
He
with you.
wasn't there.
Keeping
So I believe he
DJ,
lost money on.
if you're keeping a goat, of course you're making more money for your organization. If you're keeping a goat, of course you're keeping more money. The issue is, and much like how fucking Tom Aspinall dad's starting to talk to him about his boxing opportunities, some of these guys will leave on their own accord when they don't get along with Dana and shit's just not working out. Talent does leave the
Dude,
UFC occasionally.
Tom Aspinall has massive problems right now.
I really think
Tom
DJ would have
Aspinall has.
transferred. I really think DJ would have transferred to PFL for the Grand Prix $1 million paycheck, and I really think DJ would have also gone to one championship on his own. I really think that Dana was going to push him out either way. And
You know
that's
what?
just
There's one thing that DJ said. There's one thing that DJ said when he left, and I'll never forget this. I still have it in my head, right? When he left, he said, I've got the belts and all that. Yes, I got kicked out. But he goes, my dream is I want to win a belt in every organization. Because he believes being the best of the UFC wasn't being the best.
Yeah.
I need to win a belt in every organization.
I remember listening to something with him like, I want to go box. I want to go do this. Like, he just wanted to go collect them like fucking like infinity stones.
Yeah. And that's such a legacy. I wish one day, man, if we could ever have him, I would bow down to that guy. I'm pity that his cards are not worth many because once the UFC kick people out, literally, their stock goes down. Whether you're a DJ or whether you're Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, Francis stock.
Yeah.
Which I still have.
Unfortunately.
I still love my cards of his, but yeah.
I know. Hey, my brother, I love you so much, man. It's been a cool podcast.
Yeah, no, it was a good one, man. And sorry again for the little back and forth. I just try to try to make sure that you're not trying to leave this saying that I think NCAA wrestling is better than DJ and all this other shit. That's not at all.
No, what I was saying, you know what I was saying? Okay, I'll break it down. What I was saying is America is trying to promote an American champion. You got one. It's a woman. They don't even talk about her. Her name's Kayla.
Yeah.
All right, I've even watched pods when they say we have no Americans.
She's got a good reception.
Yeah, I've watched pods. They said they've had they've got no current American champions, and I'm like, wow, you're not missing Kayla Harrison, you fucking idiot.
They forget that she's a girl. That's why they forget.
Okay, let me throw it here. Ryan Loader, they tried to throw in. They're trying to throw in these wrestlers, right? They're trying to make wrestling great. They've got the RAF going again, which is pretty interesting. I'm liking the RAF wrestling. I'm actually watching it now. Mm-hmm. You got Chad Mendes and Colby. I'm not Chad Mendes and fucking Chandler. Buckley. Chandler won the wrestling. Yeah. Now you got Colby. So I'm watching the wrestling. What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to get more educated on the sport that I'm bagging right now. You know what I mean? So because we don't wrestle in Australia. But what I'm seeing is American wrestling right now, I don't know why it's 5 bars behind Eastern European wrestling. I don't know what's going on. Is it the water that the cunts in Eastern Europe drink? Is it this is a standard? Is it, oh, we in America, you guys get $1 million. Well, you want to go on YouTube and go movies? In Dagestan, they don't. I don't know what it is, but there's a level of affection. And if you guys are looking for a world champion again, Ella Harrison is about as close as you're going to get because she's fucking awesome.
I mean, you got Gaethje who's about to be that potentially here too. Even if it's interim, it doesn't matter. It's still a champ. Your Rodriguez guy's whole fucking Mexican belt, and they made up an interim fight. They didn't even need to give it to him.
Use your Division 1 wrestling for once and not look for the 50 grand because your name's not 50 grand Ige, okay? Your name's Justin Gaethje. Yeah. So use all your skills. Guess what? If you use them all and not decided, and I'm not going to call you a homer because your skills are very tight and since back day with fucking Vic. Right. I remember that fight. I'm like, yeah. So go here. Gaethje. Use all those skills. Every single one. Not look for the 50 grand because you don't need it anymore, brother. If you were, call yourself the highlight reel or 50 grand Ige or whatever they cunts do. But they don't. You call your Justin Gaethje. Highlight. Stop being highlight. Win the fight. Use that Division 1 wrestling.
Actually, all right? I disagree with that. Against Patty? Nah, don't.
Yes.
Don't be trying to be division anything wrestling with Patty. Be a highlight knockout. Use the hands, hurt Patty. Use the striking. Hit your signature uppercut. Be a motherfucking Justin Gaethje car crash. Because the moment he starts trying to turn into a grappler against Patty, guess what happens to him? He's going to fucking sleep.
So
he's getting choked
We're
out.
going to talk quickly in advance before we end this week's fight. I'm going to tell you that I got Patty by submission all day by rounds 1 to 3.
Yeah.
Ending. But Jake is good. Gaethje is good for the knockout because Patty does this.
I got Gaethje by knockout. I got Gaethje by knockout. I got him by uppercut.
Yeah.
He's going to hit a signature uppercut.
Hands, Patty keeps his hands here. Yes. He doesn't keep them here. He runs around doing this looking for the takedown.
He puts his chin up a little bit when he goes to get out of range.
All day.
So guess what? Gaethje's going to come flying in and hit him with his fucking uppercut and send Patty out.
All day.
That's it.
Come on, brother. Are we going to do one quick recap? Our full picks before we leave.
Go for it.
I'll give you mine in 2 seconds. Watch this. Ready?
Yep.
Name of Malik. Iwo with a W. Turner. Ferreira. Nazim. Karina. Duncan. Torres. Ogden. Talbot. Tyra. Pantoja. Merab. That's
very good.
The final done.
So we're the same on the main card minus I got Moreno. We're the same on the prelim minus I got McKinney. And then we're the same on the early prelim minus I got Santos. So
yeah Santos. Yeah. Santos, and I have Santos as a big one to start off. Like that's a 3-1, brother. I went off big guns on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the overweight thing, it was poor preparation, brother. Like you're not turning up on time. Like someone turning up to work late, not shaved, shit showered and shaved. You know what I mean? Like piss poor preparation. So I look at Santos as piss poor preparation.
Yep. All right. Well, that'll be the conclusion of this one, guys. The UFC 223, our last pay-per-view and our last card 2025. All right, Lethal. It's been a pleasure, man. Thanks for your time.
Love you guts, cunt. Yep. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yep, love you guts.
Hey, before we go, if you can't watch the fights, you know where to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, mate.
We'll see you guys. All right, much love.
See you, brother.